would like to welcome Shannelle to our show today. She's a speaker, she is an author, she is a mom, and she is in law, which is a big one. So we'd like to welcome Shannelle on the stage.
Welcome to the Jo&Jo show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
So tell us about yourself, because I'm not going to say anything, because I know you can tell these people who you are and what you're doing with your life.
Thank you. So my name is Shannelle, and I'm a single mom. I have 2 kids. I have a son who's 8 and a daughter who's turning 7. And so very much like the women you've had on the show, I also was a former beauty pageant queen, and that kind of sets the stage to the platform of what I like to speak about. Not being a pageant winner, Miss Canada in 2008, but the importance of knowing that you can become successful then and go through life and experience trials and triumphs and adversities and be able to work through those.
Yes.
And so that's really my story, is being able to know that yes, I did win a pageant. Yes, I was an ambassador for Canada, being strong, being a woman who has power, being a woman who is being able to speak up and be a voice for others. But my story goes deeper than that.
Yeah, I know. Yes.
I
Yeah.
know. I have a
relate.
question. I know a little bit about your story since you're my church, friend. I know you went through tough situations as the victim of the domestic violence, and being a single mom of 2 kids. Tell us how, Josephine just presented who you are, how successful you are. How do you go from that life of challenges so much that you could have been down deep the end of the ocean to where you are now? How do you get there?
Absolutely. I think it comes down to a couple things. And for me, my faith was a big part of how I could come out of that adversity, knowing that I was afraid. I was afraid to leave my house.
Yeah.
I had a son who was only 9 months old, and I was pregnant with my daughter at the time, and I didn't know what to do. I just remember being in the shower one morning, crying and saying, when does this stop? And reaching down into my soul, realizing who I was, even though I was lost during those years, wondering, how did I get here?
Yeah.
And I think having those children really made me appreciate and want to live a life that was meaningful.
That's amazing. I can relate to you because I have 2 children. I've been divorced for 10 years, and I was looking at statistics in Canada or North America. The other day I was listening to Oprah. Oprah is actually my big fan, because at one time I was thinking, Josephine, you're not big at writing. I mean, we write the content of the show, we produce the show, and we co-host the show, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be doing a lot of writing and memorizing. I'm like, I can't do that. I'm not good at memorizing anything. I actually just speak from the heart, and I trust that as long as you are authentic, you're true to yourself and God, that whatever coming from your mouth, if your intentions are to help people and touch people, is gonna be good enough. So I thought, I have 2 children, and I know it's hard to raise 2 children in Canada, and especially, you want to get back maybe in a dating world. I mean, there's so many apps that you don't know which one to pick. I even tried the Christian ones, but I'm not going to talk about this today, about my dating life and my single mom. We're talking about you, but I know this is going to be a topic on the Jo&Jo show, because it's a big deal. When Oprah was talking about it, I don't know how many millions and millions of women between age 30 and 50 who are single moms raising children by themselves.
That's a big
issue.
issue.
It's a big issue that we're going to have to cover. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to have you again to talk about these things and invite more women to learn from one another. But yeah, just, tell us about, what advice you would give to women out there who are in the world raising children. You're young and you're beautiful. Probably you're not done forever. I mean, not everybody have to have a man or be married again, but I mean, it's something that I don't know if you're thinking about it. What do you think? What do you tell women out there like us who don't know what to do sometimes with our lives or our children, how to pick a right guy or whatever? What would you say? I'd like to hear it.
Absolutely. I think for the most part, for me, what I've been focusing on is my career. So after everything happened, I was going through 2 criminal court cases, 1 family court case, all within a year and a half. And I thought, you know what? I need to do something. Not do something about other people because I can't control that, but I can control myself and how I raise my children. And so what I did is I decided I'm going to go back to school. So during the time I was going through those 3 court cases, I went back to school for law and psychology. That became my focus. That became my goal and my dreams. And I thought, I can raise these children and get an education and start a career.
Good for you.
That's
great.
amazing. I can. I like that. I can do it.
Yeah.
I can. In education, I'm sure you're gonna do great, and you're doing great already. And coming from back then, the challenges, seeing you, I have seen you maybe 10 years ago, from the woman you're becoming, not only to help yourself, your children, but to help others. That is absolutely amazing. Those are the people we want to have, that you help yourself, and once you are feeling you're okay, everything is well. And I was at church today, said, it is well with my soul. And once you're there, then don't stay there, because there's other people who can learn from you.
Absolutely.
And give.
Absolutely. And I think that's something that I'm in the works too. You were mentioning about being an author, and I actually am writing a book called Worthy to Be Loved. And that is something, I started a blog, and I have an Instagram page, and it's all about focusing. Yes, I focus, I post about my children, I post about my life, but I'm focusing on how can I relate to other people. So I'm truthful, I'm honest. And I want people to know that life is like a roller coaster, and you have to ride that roller coaster. Absolutely. And you have to hold on as tight as you can.
That is so true. You know what somebody said? Said that life is up and down, because if it wasn't, you would be dead. Right? You should be happy that you have ups and downs in life, because if you didn't, that means you're dead. You're a flat line.
Yeah. You're learning also.
Absolutely. Yeah, you have to, it has to go up, it has to come back down, and that's part of life, and let's embrace it all. And I think when Jo&Jo had, we had a show, we're talking about how to be grateful in everything. And that's what's really going to help you, even if you're, you're feeding your kids. Like my son was telling me the other day, Mom, do you know we ate like KFC or whatever twice in a day? And I'm a healthy person. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to work on this. I'm like, no, it doesn't sound very good, but I'm not going to beat myself up. I'm going to show myself a compassion, because I'm a hard-working mom, and I want to take care of my children. I want to be able to provide and give them a home, and all these things. When we're looking at them, it's up and down. But when we look at it, we're grateful that we have that. And I think that's what you've gone through. But above all, you have a smile on your face. You're not only taking care of your beautiful children, you're here on the Jo&Jo show to inspire, to motivate, and help other people through your channels and your books, whatever that you're writing. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're so excited.
So good to have you today.
Thank you so much for having me.
I know you're going to do good.
Thank you.
I'm going to be watching you.
Is there anything you want to say before we go?
I just want to reach out to women and anyone who might have found themselves in a position such as myself. I think it's really important to hang on to that support system that you have. And even though you might think that it may not be there, it is there. You just have to reach out. And I think that's the most important part, is knowing that you do have a support system. And if you feel like you don't, there are avenues in terms of where you can go to get the help that you need.
Absolutely. You know, I would say that for me, if I didn't have my sister, I have a sister where I live in Hamilton, and my sister Denise, if it wasn't for her, I don't know where I would be today. I told her, and I keep telling her, that she's my godsend. Because every time I think like my head is under the water, and she would come and she would, make dinner for us, and we'll have a tea and we'll shake it off. I mean, as an African, person, we don't always run to therapy and tell the whole world that you have a problem, which, I believe a certain level of vulnerability is important in life, because you're telling people, I can't do it on my own. I do need help. So I think it's really great.
So we need each other.
Absolutely.
We need a community, a strong community that is there for one another. And be kind. to one another.
Absolutely. I did not get here today on my own.
Yeah.
There were many, many people and are many people
And I know
who
your
are
mom is beautiful. Your
in
mom.
my life. Thank you.
I know your mom.
And same to you women. I knew you 10 years ago, and here we are today. I knew you before my life event, and now I get to meet with you and speak with you about it after. And so thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Shannelle, for coming on the Jo&Jo show. We're grateful that you're here.